Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy, your bro, your favorite cousin, DJ the Singer, and I'm back with another review.
If you show me, I will do it. Baby, if you teach me how to love you, I will do it. All the pain you've been through, I refuse to take you through it. Baby, if you teach me how to love you, I will do it. I promise I'll prove it. Such a salient pain.
If you're returning to the channel, hey cousin, and if you're brand new here, go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, turn your notifications on so you can be the first to be notified when I drop new content. And while you're at it, go ahead and follow me on all of my social media at DJ the Singer. You guys, just last week, I saw that Queen Naija has a brand new EP out right now called 30. It is her first release under the Motown imprint, and it features production from none other than No ID, who is responsible for a lot of Jhené Aiko's production, as well as Pooh Bear. If you remember making the band 3, you remember Pooh Bear being in the studio with the girls with Scott Storch when they were recording I'ma Sleep on It, Sleep on It. And I'll get back at you when I wanna, yeah. So I'm excited to hear this EP. I'm excited to hear where she's been. I know the people have been talking about, we need some new music from Queen Naija. One thing that I can really appreciate about Queen Naija is that she does not sound like any of the R&B girls that are out right now. She's one of the new quote-unquote R&B girls that has her own sound. You have Summer, you have SZA, you have Mariah the Scientist, who is also a feature on this project along with Cash Cobain. And Queen Naija just has her own sound, like she really can sing. And so I'm interested to hear this project. I'm interested to see how her vocals have grown. I remember she did the Cypher on the Soul Train Awards. It was Kelly Price. It was Luke James. BJ the Chicago Kid. It was a couple other people on that Cypher. I know Erykah Badu hosted it. So I remember her being pregnant and performing, and she comes from YouTube, and she would sing in her videos and such. And I'm just excited to see what this EP sounds like. So we're just going to go ahead and dive on in, and I'll give you guys my feedback. The first cut we're going to get into is a track called 30. But before I get in, one thing that I'm noticing about all of the tracks on this project, the longest song on this project is actually the single called Rain. It clocks in at 2 minutes and 59 seconds. So we're just going to dive in. It looks like this is going to be a really short project. So the first cut we're going to dive into is called 30.
I'll be in my 30s soon. Maybe I should start that business. Forget about jumping the prom.
Real quick, she's already drawn me in because the way society makes us think of life, when you hit 30, you're supposed to have your stuff all the way together. You're supposed to be established. You're supposed to be settling down. You're supposed to, you're supposed to know the direction that your life is going in. And that can cause a certain level of anxiety. I know for me, I went through it, and to some extent, I'm still going through it. I look at a lot of my peers now, they're parents. I got one or two that are grandparents, and I have no kid nowhere in sight. I have peers that are married and have been married for 10 plus years. Me, been single for 15. You know what I mean? And there's seemingly no boo in sight. And not even seemingly, there is no boo in sight. So, the 30s can bring on a level of anxiety that really and truly you don't know how to navigate. You kind of just have to go with it. So already she's drawn me in, and the production, the flow, I'm loving that already.
Cause I got shit to lose.
Cause I got shit to lose, yeah.
Ooh, 30, 30.
One thing that I would have liked for her to do is, Dirty 30. Please be good to me. That's what I heard. But, who am I to tell a creative how to create? That's just what I would have done. Ha! Come on, tacos always win. We love a good Taco Tuesday.
Look in the mirror, say you got this, girl. You was all that in a bag of chips. Go out there and pop your shit, girl. You got this, you got this. Please slow down and learn.
30,
Sweet to me.
please be sweet to me. Oh, no.
30,
Hey.
please slow down and learn.
Oh,
Don't you do me
oh. That was 30. Listen, message. This gets a 10 for me. This gets a 10 for me. This feels like road trip music. The way that I felt when I would hear Girlfriend by Avril Lavigne, that's what I felt listening to this. If I could hear anybody featured on this, it would be Doja Cat. This is right up her alley. Something else that I really liked about this record, it's so light. It's so light. It's so positive. It has affirmations all up and through, but it also is extremely relatable. Like I said, we love a good Taco Tuesday, but also it speaks to what the anxieties that we have in our 30s. It's like, baby, I got shit to lose. Like, hey, and I know I was like, hey, all right, 30, please be good to me. So that was 30. Like I said, it's going on my playlist tonight. So when I get on my next road trip, I'm sure this will come up in my rotation. So we're going to get into track 2, which is What You're Looking For. All right, Afro beats. Let me tell y'all something. It's the Afro beats for me. This feels so good. This song has easily won me over. And I love the message. Like, did you find what you were looking for? Are you mad that it wasn't me? You know, and I'm kind of in a season, just being transparent, I'm kind of in a season where I'm looking at people that I've previously experienced, and I see the people that they picked over me, or I see the people that they're involved with now, and it's like, I knew a completely different person. Like, you were actually happy over here, seemingly. And now I look at you and it's like, you're miserable, or you can't stay up off my Instagram story because you want to see what I'm doing, you know, or you can't stop asking your friends about me because you realize now that you made a mistake and now you want to circle the block. But one thing about me, I do not circle the block. So this message, I'm sure a lot of people can relate to this. And on top of that, it feels good. I like What You're Looking For. I can hear the Brandy influence all up and through this. And another thing, y'all don't talk about my dance moves, okay? I'm very well aware that I am not a dancer. However, one thing about me, I move with how I feel, and I like this. This easily gets a 10 for me. This is going on my playlist. And I love the vocals on this. You could tell she's kind of been working on her vocals, and that's probably why it took so long for the record to come out. No shade, but I really did like this one. This is definitely going on my playlist tonight. So we're going to get into track 3, which is Put It On, Eat. And I think this was a single from this project, but when it came out, I initially didn't listen to it. So we're going to get into it now. First of all, I love the genre mixing that she's doing on this project. First, we started off with something that was soft rock, and then we went into Afro beats, and now we're literally kind of transitioning into house. You know, this is more of a Vogue track. I can literally see the people now in ballroom. You know, I'm a horrible Vogue girl. Let me just start by saying that. But I love the art form. So she's on one. She was in her bag when she made this. And like I said, we're only 3 tracks in. There are 8 tracks in total. So I'm excited to hear the other 5. What you wanna do? Okay, so I'm gonna tell you right now, that's another one that gets a 10 for me. I will be at it. You know what? I'm not even gonna go there. Y'all already know what I'm about to say. It's going on my playlist tonight. And I'm gonna tell you, it just felt good. I'm loving the high vibrations in these first 3 tracks. Yes, she brought that heat. I don't care what they say. She brought that heat. And granted, she's not doing a lot vocally, but the fact that she was able to go outside of here and just experiment with other sounds, I can always appreciate an artist, especially an R&B artist who initially came out doing traditional R&B, but her fan base, her core fan base has been established. And so now she can kind of go outside of what they know her for. And she can experiment and she can try different sounds and different styles. I'm curious to know who influenced this project, because I'm hearing a bunch of different influences on this record. I don't know if she went traveling and just kind of went to some open mics, or went to some jam sessions, or even if her studio sessions were jam sessions. I'm actually curious to know that. And I hope that we get an in-depth interview about not just the influences on this record, but just some of the conversations that were had, because this subject matter is, who else would have thought of that? So we're going to get into track 4, which is Tipsy. All right, we're slowing it down. Da, 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 da. I love that. I'm gonna tell you what would be a dope mashup with this, because the one thing that I keep hearing, because there's a chopped and screwed voice on this, the one thing that I keep hearing is can't be getting mad. Why you mad? Can't handle that. Sierra's Like a Boy. I think that would be a dope mashup with this. And another thing that I like about this track, like I said, we're only 42 seconds into it, but I love how she did not alienate her core bass and her core sound. We're starting to slow it down just a little bit. We're starting to get back into that traditional R&B.
You are the hose, 'cause baby you's a fire.
Oh.
The fact of what's in your cup, ain't even gonna lie. I love it when you bleed it up.
Let me tell y'all something. She said, give it to me tipsy. We making love. Tipsy. Grown folks know. That's all I'm gonna say. Grown folks know. You're trying to get pregnant. You are trying to get filled up, if you know what I mean. Doing it tipsy? Why? Not even why. What? So I think it's safe to say that Tipsy is about clarence. And I'm here for all of it. Somebody that I could hear singing Tipsy and kill it, Keisha Cole. This is easily right up her alley. This is a Keisha Cole record. I'm gonna give Tipsy a 10. I know y'all are probably like, he gonna give every song a 10. But no, seriously, I really do like this. This is a vibe. Now, yeah, I'm gonna have to add this to my late night playlist. My late night playlist. That's just it. Like, this is a vibe. I like this. So the next track we're gonna get into is another single from this record called Rain. Again, I skipped it when it first came out because I wasn't sure. I was like, I like Butterflies, but I don't know about this new music. So we're gonna get into Rain. Huh. I really wanna take you down, show you what I'm about. This would be the perfect mashup with Chris Brown's Take You Down. I love the feel of this, especially on the production where it's like that do. I love that part. Like that's my part. This is one song I can already tell y'all, like I said, we're only a minute and some change in, but this is one song that I'm excited to hear her sing live. I want an electric guitar. I want drums. I want all the feels. I want dim lights. Take me in. What's the song they be like, take me through there, take me through there. Like, I know I said on Instagram, like, don't take me through
y'all be sitting up here talking about some, take me through there, take me through there. No, don't take me through nothing else.
I've been through enough. But like with this particular song, Take Me Through There. Can you stand the rain now? I do like Rain. I would have liked Rain. I don't know if it samples New Editions, Can You Stand the Rain? but I think a sample would have made it that much better. So hopefully she'll include the sample in her live show. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not gonna give this one a 10. I'm gonna give it a 9, 8.5, 9. And the only reason why is because it's so short, there was no bridge, and I feel like even though it's a sensual track, I would have liked to hear her go off vocally. I would have liked for her to really like hit it hard and da 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 da, whatever it is that she was gonna do. Like I would have loved for her to really take it there and push herself vocally. But it's not a bad track. I like this. I'm still gonna add it to my playlist, my late night playlist. But the next song we're gonna get into is My Man featuring Mariah the Scientist. Now, if you watched my review of Mariah the Scientist's recent album, you already know how I feel about her vocally. You already know how I feel about her. Like, she's real laid back. She's real homegirl. You know what I mean? And so I'm interested to see how her vocals are going to complement Queen's. Okay, DJ Camper produced this. That was My Man featuring Mariah the Scientist. I know y'all saw me rocking, but this is probably my least favorite thus far. The production, in my humble opinion, is the best part of the song. I just didn't feel it. Now, maybe had she had somebody on there like Summer Walker or Ari Lennox, you know, somebody in that caliber, like I probably would have felt a little bit differently. But I just felt like it was just too laid back for me, especially with what the production was given. And I can't think of what song it is, but I can't think of what song that comes from, but that comes from another song, and I can't think of what it is. But if anybody knows in the comment section, please put it down there, because I've heard that part before, and I can't think of what song. It like I literally was sitting here humming the whole time, and I'm like, I've heard that line before. I don't know where, but it'll come to me. So we're going to go ahead and dive into track 7. We have 2 tracks left, this one and the last one. And this track is called I Deserve. Okay, we're picking up the tempo. I do. I love the affirmations on this. I deserve good sex, good rest, paychecks. What? Like, I deserve it all. I want it all. I deserve to have it all. And Lord willing, I'm going to have it all. We're going to keep listening. I hate that it's so short. That's the only complaint that I have. Like, all of these songs are really, really short. I do like this song. I'm going to give this one an 8. I would have liked to hear, if we're going to do a feature, I could hear Burna Boy on this. I could hear Burna Boy on this. I was just sitting here thinking, like, who I could have heard. Maybe a reggae artist. Maybe Sean Paul. Somebody that easily would have fit. She doesn't do secular music anymore, but I thought Lady Saw, that would have been a nice feature on this. Maybe Sierra would have been a cool little vibe on this. You know, I just hate that it's so short. And that's really my only complaint. The production was great. It thumps. I definitely would ride to this and cut it all the way up. So yeah, and you know, I had my little you know, so we gonna get into this last track. This is track 8. This is Hopeful Romantic featuring Cash Cobain. I love the feel of this record. I love the drill sounds on this. This is a new sound for Queen. I'm not used to hearing her on these types of tracks, but she's bodying this. I'm here for it. Every little thing I do will never be enough for you. Da, 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 da. I'm not like them. In sync. That was Hopeful Romantic. I am a hopeless romantic, but I'm also a hopeful romantic. This song, listen, I was over here vibing. I'm gonna give this a 9. I liked it. It was a great closer for the project. My full review of this project, I'm going to give this a 9.5. I'm gonna give it a 9.5 because, like I said, I hated that it was so short. The production definitely did it for me. The production was top tier. Like I said, there's one song that I would have altered it. Like I said, I would have added maybe 1 or 2 things in the production aspect, but I also would have had a different feature. And I know somebody's gonna be like, you just don't like Mariah the Scientist. Listen, I'm a musician. I like real musicians, and I like people who are passionate about their craft. And when it comes to Mariah, I think she has great lyrics. Vocally and as a performer, that's a different conversation. I love the themes on this album. Like I said, we touched on a lot. We touched on sex, we touched on making love tipsy. We talked about affirmations. We talked about being a hopeful romantic. Like, she went across the board with her subject matter. And a lot of her subject matter, truthfully, I haven't heard on the radio. I haven't heard on any playlist. I haven't heard from any of the other female acts that are really popular right now. So Queen did her big one with this project. I want to hear what you guys have to say down below in the comment section. Let me know what you think about this project. Let me know your favorite records. Let me know what you would have altered, what you would have changed, what you would have implemented in this project. I am your cousin in music, DJ the Singer. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, turn your notifications on so you can be the first to be notified when I drop new content. And while you're at it, go ahead, follow me on all of my social media at DJ the Singer. I got Halle Bailey, not Halle Berry, coming up next, along with Miguel. He dropped a new album last Friday. And if you guys know of anybody that put out new music, send it my way. I would love to listen, love to review it. And let me know what you guys think. One of the cousins mentioned to me on TikTok, they want me to start just picking random albums and just kind of start going through them and rating them. So let me know what you guys think. First listens with DJ the Singer. We can get into it. We can get into all the things. I love y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for supporting the channel. We are building this together, but y'all stay safe. And until next time, per usual, stay far away from haters. They make you itch.